Yo, if you wasn't raised in the dirt, don't even try it. This is for experts only. What's going on, prospectors? Dig Daddy out here in the shed bringing you another episode of Backyard Prospecting. And that's right, we got a tough one today. Now, a few weeks back down at the Seattle Gold Show, GPAA, Gold and Prospector Show, I picked up a couple bags of dirt from various vendors. One of those was goldnuggetsales.com. And I saw something on the counter there that I'd never tried before, and I figured, you know what, let's give that one a shot. So we picked up a bag of their double black diamond, experts only, Paydirt. And it was $100, $98 is what we paid for it. Little baggie of dirt. Sand, really. Kind of looks like, and I'm going to guess this is exactly what it is Benson Beach sands. Because that's what Benson Beach sands look like. And don't feel any heavy rocks or anything in here, but what I am hoping to find is about $100 worth of gold, maybe more, maybe less. But we're going to find that out. We're going to check this dirt out, see how tough it is to actually go through. Now, as far as classifying it, I don't think we're going to do any of that. I should probably have looked it up, because I'm pretty sure you can pick this one up on their site. You don't have to catch them at a gold show. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put up the description page, and I'll go ahead and read it here for you. Experts only Paydirt, 1.5 grams of fine flour gold guaranteed. So 1.5 grams is what we're expecting to get here. Not too bad for a $100 bag. Now, if you go on the website, it is $100.04. I got it for $98. I was at a gold show. Maybe he gave me a little discount because of that. But a fantastically hard, challenging bag. Gold Paydirt with tungsten. No. Black sand and a guaranteed 1.5 grams of fine flour gold. This bag is not for everyone, but for those who are up to the challenge and want to test their skills or equipment on a tougher bag of Paydirt. Concentrates will weigh just shy of a pound per bag. That's about a pound. And alright, 1.5 grams mixed in with some black sands and some tungsten sand. Damn it. The tungsten sand is always a challenge. We're going to see how that turns out today. Hopefully it doesn't kick my ass too hard, but we'll see. So we're going to put this in a pan, get it wet, and let's get to sluicing. Well, I might as well just pour it out here on the screen for you guys. Double black diamond. The bag is not heat sealed because he made all of his bags right there on the spot, but not too shabby. Let's pour it out, see what it looks like. Now we are on the hunt for 1.5 grams of gold here. Strips of something in here, sort of trash, little nuggets, and no L pellets this time, thankfully. But definitely some organic material in there, nothing too terrible. A couple light blonde sand clay balls. Man, I hope that's not the tungsten, and I could have cheated and just pulled it out right to begin with. But there you go. That is our material. Only a couple larger pebbles in here. Nothing too horrible. Now, I expect to see a fair amount of magnetics in here. And sure enough, I could probably sit here all day and still keep coming back with magnetics. Barely even tip it in there. And boom, just jumps to it. Because there's so much. I mean, over there on the beach, where I think he gets this from, like, there is just bands of magnetic material sitting there through all that dirt, through the entire beach, Long Beach, the entire, I mean, it's the longest beach in the world, right? So a lot of it is black sand. There's just tons of it in here. There's tons of it out there. And that is going to prove to be a huge part of the challenge. But again, this is an experts only bag, so to be expected. This is what makes it hard. The challenge, I mean, the Paydirt challenge. See, I've dipped this so many times, and we've got a pile of black sand accumulating now. And I go back, and there's more. There's more. And there's more. And there's more. So, if you're panning it out, which you probably are going to be, this is definitely panning kind of material. This is kind of like Klesch's challenge bag. A lot of heavies and tungsten sand. So if you're panning it out, take your time. If you're sluicing it out, you might want to figure out a way to get the magnetics out early. Like if you have one of those little magnetic tools that one gentleman makes. Then you could probably save yourself a lot of heartache. We're getting now to a point where I'm not getting too much back, but just look at that. Look at that big giant pile of magnetics. This is 1 pound of material. There's more magnetics here than I find in 5 and 10 pounds of other people's material. So that should give you a good idea of how challenging this bag is going to be. And the black sands are only like level 2 of the challenge. The final level is those tungsten sands that are going to sit right on top of the gold. They're just going to hug it and not want to give it up because they weigh essentially the same thing. So tungsten sand is the hardest, I think, challenging item you can add to gold. Paydirt, just because it sits there right there with the gold and it's a pain in the ass. So the amount of black sands in this material maxes out the big magnet. Blows away the little magnet. And look at this. Boop, 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 boop. We're full. Little Magno Afro. But I think I might stick as much of this magnetics on the side just to kind of get it out of the way so it doesn't clog up the sluice. And that's really what you're going to want to do. Get that stuff out of the way early and save yourself a lot of heartache, a lot of headache. And you can always go through the black sands later as a super challenge, but just kind of get it out of the main material so you're not spending too much time separating that versus getting your gold. Alright, well, we're gonna finish this up here, go get us some water, wet this up, and we're gonna find us some gold. Don't go nowhere. Alright, before we get it wet, I just want to give you up close and show you, now that we've removed all those magnetics, look at that. Look at that. That is a lot of magnetics. There's a lot to get out of there. But after we remove that, it's almost like completely different sand. Now, there's not a lot of darkness to it. It's a lot of lighter, blonder sand. There is still a little bit in there. I definitely saw some gold as I was shuffling things around, so that's a good sign. All right, now we're gonna get it wet, and we're gonna go find us some gold. All right, welcome back. We got our dirt all wet. We're ready to go. Got my shovel, and we turned down the flow. And I did that because we have fine material, fine gold. I'm very well aware of how Benson Beach material works. It likes to float a lot. In fact, you can see it already doing some. And it's not even the gold, it's just stuff on top. It's floaty material. So we're going to hit the material with a little bit of jet dry. Help get things to drop and settle more with a bunch of jet dry. And hopefully that'll also help any gold that decides it wants to try to ride its way out to not do that. Make sure everything drops where it's supposed to. So, like I said, we got the sluice turned down. We got the jet dried up. And let's get it going. So here we go, first scoop. And we're going to feed it slow. We're not going to overwhelm the sluice. We're not going to let these cells fill up, because once you let the cells fill up with the light material, the gold's going to slide, or have the opportunity to slide, right over the top. Now it looks like there's some gold in here that is not from that area. It's just little pieces of gold. So that actually is going to be a good thing, because the gold you find out on Benson Beach is also super fine dishes, little dish gold. And so it's like the gold has been hammered down so much, by the time it gets to that beach, it's just little bowls and dishes, and those like to hop on top of the surface really bad. There you go. Cells are filled up, looking good. Looking good. All right, let's clean this up and see how much we wound up getting. All right, all cleaned up. And there's your gold, baby. What a nice smile. Nice fine gold littering the entire top of the pan here. Definitely nice to see that. Now we're going to get this all suckered up, dried up, weigh it out, and see if we got our 1.5 grams. But man, ain't that pretty. We'll be right back. All right, we are back. Gold's all dried up. GoldNuggetSales.com, double black diamond, experts only, Paydirt. Mine are bobbing the ass or hanging by because they're interested to see how much we pulled out. And let's find that out right now. So let's fire it up. Hello. And let's see what we got. And a little black sand in there as well. Well, there you go. 1.535 grams of gold. A little black sand in there, and I think I've got one little piece or maybe 2 little slivers of tungsten in there as well. So we'll call it 1.5. Fuck it. We'll mark it down to 1.37. So there you go. Not bad. We definitely got what we were supposed to get. I would absolutely say that is some nice gold. So I'm going to take a couple pictures of this. Boom, 1.54. Oh, I don't know why it's going up now. We're going to call it 1.54. Weird. All right, 1.542 grams of gold. Not too bad. We're going to get this all suckered up after I take a few photos, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. So, man, what a good time that was. Gold Nugget Sales, double black diamond, expert bag, some good stuff right here. So, as we do, let's talk about the dirt. The dirt, mostly all sands. I assume it's Benson Beach or somewhere around there because it looks very familiar. Now, those are known to be some of the toughest sands to pan through. In fact, you generally aren't going to want to pan through those kind of sands because there's just so much fine material and magnetics. And I can absolutely say, without a doubt, there was a lot of magnetics in this dirt sitting over there somewhere. I had to remove it a couple times out just to get all the material back into the play. But there's definitely a lot of that. So if you are going to pan it, this is going to take you some time. Get a comfortable seat, a nice fresh bucket of water, and you're going to want to switch out every now and then. And you're going to have a good time going through it. Do it slow, pan it back, pan back the pan back. That's how I would suggest doing it. If you're going to pan it out, don't try to pan it. Just do back panning. Put a little scoop in there. Back pan it with water till you find the gold. Sucker it up. Rinse and repeat 100 times, and then you'll have all your gold. And I think you'd have a good time, and probably give you a good day or two's worth of time to work some material. Really tough stuff. Now, myself, as you see and as you know, I sluice it. So for me, I want to remove a lot of that magnetic material because my goal is I don't want to fill up my cells with crap I'm not trying to keep and then allow the gold to fly out. So I want to get as much of that out of the way as possible. Run the dirt slow. You don't want to just plop a big old scoop of dirt in there because you're going to fill it. You're going to saturate all the cells, and that's going to allow your gold to leave the sluice box. And you don't want that, obviously. So go through it slow if you're going to run it over a sluice. turn the water down, slow scoops, and again, you're going to have a good time when you clean up those cons. You're going to have a nice big golden smile sitting there waiting for you. But you are going to have your work cut out for you because there's tungsten sands in here. Not tungsten dust like I've seen in some Paydirt, but tungsten sands. So they're bigger grain, a little bit easier to pan out of the way. Tungsten dust tends to like to stick really hard to everything, so it just stops. The sands don't seem to be so bad. Either way, they will sit there right with the gold, so you have to work them out of there as well. Once you get that separation, get the snuffer in there, clean it out, save yourself some pain. But again, I think you'll have a good time going through this dirt. So I would absolutely recommend checking some out. Now, let's talk about the gold, because that's what we're all here for. The gold was beautiful. Nice fine gold all throughout. Every scoop that I put in the sluice box had gold in it. And so that was great to see. If you're seeing gold the whole time that you're processing your dirt, you know that when you're done, you're going to have a nice amount out there waiting for you. And that's absolutely what this was. Every scoop had gold in it, so it kept the excitement level up throughout the entire bag, because I know I'm getting gold, and I know I'm going to have it when I'm done. So absolutely good there. So let's just go over the numbers. I'll go ahead and throw it up right here. The bag cost me $98 in person at the gold show, no shipping included. If you go on their website today, it's $104. But it's a guaranteed 1.5 grams of gold. So as what we got, 1.540 grams of gold, today's value of $95.66, which sets this bag up at an ROI of 97.6%. And what can I say? I had a great time. It's basically free because I got my money back, mostly. Paid a couple dollars overall for the experience. But now I have gold that's worth 97% of what I paid. That's a great time. That's a great bag, and I could do that all day long. So I absolutely would recommend to you, go check this out, goldnuggetsales.com. The link's down below. 97.6 ROI, and I had a good time getting it, going through it. It's a little bit more difficult. Experts only is what they say. So if you're fresh and new to panning, you don't know the slow techniques, you might hold off on this one. Give yourself a little bit more practice on other Paydirt. A lot of their Paydirt tends to be centered around this type of material. So I don't know, if they have something a little bit more river cons, maybe that might be better for a beginner. Most of their stuff is going to be a little bit more difficult, especially when they're throwing things in there like tungsten sand. So I would definitely recommend beginners, don't touch this one. You're not there yet. But if you're proud of your skills and you think you got what it takes, pick yourself up a bag, double black diamond, goldnuggetsales.com. You'll have a good time and you get some good gold. There you go. And this is Dig Daddy. I'm signing out here from the shed. And if I don't see you out at the rivers, I'll catch you in the backyard. Peace.